He stays high, though. Oh, and he gets turned a little bit as they come into the... He will get turned by Jack Sprague. Right in front of the field they go. The wreck will happen once again. And that will be it, because we do only try one attempt at a green-white checkered finish. Look at the damage to this number 8 Chevy.
And Jack didn't do anything wrong there. Jack was just trying to get room to race Chad, and Chad tried to block him off, and they wrecked. And it's unfortunate, but when he spun those tires and then he decided he had to move around to keep Jack from passing him, he put himself in a position to have what happened happen.
Yeah, and you mentioned just about anything goes towards the end of the races here, and that was not a deal. You cannot put the blame on Jack Sprague for that right
I
there.
would not blame Jack Sprague at all, and I would not blame Chad McCumbee. He just tried to do what he needed to do to protect that lead. If he lets Jack get on the inside of him, maybe he has a chance to win the race. He definitely had it to do over again. He wouldn't make that move.
Kyle Busch looks high. They go through 3 and 4. Here comes Jack Sprague up high, and here comes Johnny Benson. Benson's going to slide out of 4. Sprague's going to slide out of 4, and Kyle Busch is going to win this race.
What kind of finishes can we have here?
Bobby Labonte got hit hard by the 50 truck.
And then the 75 came along, but what amazing finishes we've had here at Atlanta.
Almost coming out of 4. They were 4 wide. Johnny Benson got loose. He started to spin. Jack Sprague got loose. He started to spin. Busch up on top. Here we see the race. Jack Sprague getting sideways. Johnny Benson getting sideways. Bobby Labonte involved in it. Todd Bodine comes through unscathed. Kyle Busch. Todd Bodine come across from first to second.
Kyle hit the wall. He hit the wall trying to get by Jack Sprague. Jack moved up the racetrack. Kyle Busch wins this race on a tremendous drive over the last 2 laps. Let's take a look at it again. Watch. He's going to hit the wall, trying to give Jack Sprague some room. Bobby Labonte makes contact with Jack Sprague. Johnny goes through the infield. Here comes Todd on the racetrack. Todd finishes, I'm not sure, because the start-finish line goes all the way from the outside wall to the inside wall. So Johnny crossed the start-finish line in the...
Terry Cook has not...
Whoa.
Trouble in the back straightaway. Hard in the wall. Goes the 60 truck of Travis Kvapil. 5, 6, 7 trucks involved. Matt Crafton sliding sideways.
Lance Norrick in the 90 truck.
Heavy contact by Matt Crafton on the inside wall. Lance Norrick in the 90 is involved.
Looks like they're...
Maybe a little help from behind or the side. I don't know.
Looked like Jason got a little bit loose. Here's watch Matt Crafton hit hard on the inside. Very hard on the inside.
He was left.
Carl Edwards. Big hit. That was Bill Lester, I believe, in the 22. Bill Lester hits hard. Travis Kvapil goes down pit road. David Rudeman and Chad Chaffin also involved.
See him watch him turn dead right, 45-degree angle, and made hard contact with the outside wall.
And that is, no kidding, that's contacted probably 140 miles an hour into a concrete wall.
I was just going to say, Chad, you can't get a true feeling of how fast these vehicles are going.
You could see Nelson just loses the front of his truck a little bit coming up off, or no, that's not the case.
No.
Wow. Todd looked like maybe pulled over a little bit.
That's what it looked like. That's a tough view. I mean, we're looking at it from the side, so you can't really tell what line. Here will be a better shot.
View here. Let's see what happens. Wow. Looked like maybe Todd was going to pull down to draft off of Buescher.
Yeah, he was just going to get a little bit of a sniff of air off Buescher, and PK held his line.
Right along with Timothy Peters.
Maybe Nelson didn't expect this move from Todd, Phil, you think?
I'd say he definitely didn't expect it. It looked like Todd was just following Buescher to draft off him. Here's going to be another good view right here. You see you move down, then Todd moves down, and unfortunately Nelson already had his nose up there. Nelson had no idea that Todd was coming down.
He's exiting the corner. Does a nice job of not spinning out, but just can't ever control the truck, Phil.
Never can catch up to it. Now she's got the brakes locked up to try to stop that truck, but she stops in the middle of the racetrack. There comes Rick Crawford right behind Dennis Setzer on the 46 truck. Could not see her, never saw her. Clipped her, turned her in front of Hank Parker Jr., who made severe contact on the inside, and it kind of slid down to the inside wall.
And Hank would have missed her had Rick not have hit her, but Rick hit her, bounced her over in front of Hank, and then Hank just took a terrible shot head on right into the left front corner of Tina's truck. You can see it there. Oh,
whoa, and you could hear it too.
Start by Haley, but not so much for Enfinger that was behind Haley.
Around goes Cody Coughlin in the 13.
The last truck through there, Norm Benning does a nice job avoiding. You see Norm there with the 6 truck going to the outside. Watch this. What an unbelievable.
Tyler Walker. Oh, and the caution flag now comes out.
Brandon is around.
Big problems. Our point leader gets spun around and hit hard into the wall.
I don't believe it. All because they were coming to the yellow.
Oh, and he hit very hard.
My.
Oh, my goodness.
Brian Refner coming in with the number 80 as Brendan Gaughan was sliding to the inside of the track. Not happy. The championship just slipped out of his fingers straight away. Even though there was damage and there was parts flying, Brendan Gaughan's truck probably hit at least at 100 miles an hour by Brian Refner.
Look how close. I mean, Quaffle was right there.
And of course, not an intentional situation. Nothing you can do. Just one of those racing things like we talk about. But there's a championship shot right there.
And nobody wanted to see it end this way. No one. Not Ted Musgrave, not Travis Quaffle, not Dennis Setzer. They want to win a championship by beating the other drivers.
I think that was Brendan's teammate right there.
I think the other car, the other truck, 61 truck, got in the wall as well.
Driver, but a good friend. Brendan, this morning I said I didn't think that the other team trucks would be a factor. I'm glad you're okay if you are, and other than that, I do not know what to say.
Neither do I, Barry. Pretty calm most of the time. We had a Dodge that could win the championship, and Jimmy Smith can kiss my ass.
There you have it. I really feel bad for you.
Oh, Briscoe gets loose. Austin Wayne Self around. Heavy contact with the 99 of Peters up and over.
Setzer, there they are. Sprague, what a come! Oh, look out! Brendan Gaughan comes down and gets contact and into the wall hard. Now remember that we do not finish the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series under yellow. That means that with less than 10 laps to go, yeah, look at Gary. He knows this is trouble because the top lead lap trucks will get to the front of the line.
Off of the corner, and you can see right there that was not an intentional bump. Brendan Gaughan got a little bit sideways, and when he did, the truck whipped back down into the right front of Jack Sprague and just turned him around. Take another look at it. Brendan Gaughan, the back end gets out a little bit, and when he comes down the racetrack, Jack was already there. Jack had no place to go unless he wanted to spin himself. So that was
Taylor Lawson was completely sideways and spinning through the grass.
And back out onto the racetrack in front of a few trucks.
Oh, Skinner gets clobbered. Skinner gets hit hard down into turn one.
On his side is Mike Skinner, back on the wheels now.
Shots are incredible. Watch this impact. Look how close the cameraman has this 5 truck zeroed in, and look at TJ Bell. Wham!
Wow, that is incredible.
Great camera work to capture that action.
Look at all the debris flying everywhere. A spring bouncing across down the racetrack on the outside.
What an unbelievable ride Mike Skinner just had.
They move up top and get a group together. They go, oh, wow.
A big hit there for the 85. That was Brent Raymer sliding into the wall.
Throttle's hung wide open, too. He's going to hit it again.
Oh, right back in front of the few trucks.
Like your screen. Ooh, hard contact. And there wasn't another truck anywhere near him. It looks like something may have broken on his truck or something to sit in the wall like that. Or maybe did he get loose and maybe overcorrected?
Yeah, it looked like if what happened the lap before happened again, he might not have been as fortunate with his save. Now watch this thing pound the wall one more time.
Long and hit it here. Watch and listen. From Jeffrey Bodine's onboard. Listen.
Bodine on the outside too, making it 3 wide back there, about 6 rows back of 2 by 2. But side by side, coming out of turn number 2, around goes the 32 and hard into the wall. Miguel Paludo hard into the wall coming out of turn number 4.
The PK Jr.
Wow,
Look at the violence.
What an impact.
How violent that was.
That truck weighs 3,700 pounds, and it flies up in the air like that and catches on fire, and yet.
And we saw how quickly Miguel Paludo had put the window net down, was taking his helmet off. Amazing.
I think he got in the back of Nelson Piquet Jr. and when he did, that slowed his momentum, and that's, I think, James Buescher got into him. Watch this now.
Look.
It's hard to see. You can see right there.
You could see Piquet get a little bit sideways. That's real time. It looks like it's not up to speed. Now it's getting up to speed.
Here comes Colin Brown on the outside, trying to take over second from Kyle Busch.
Oh!
Kyle Busch in front of it, but it's the 6 of Colin Brown that got turned around and hard into the inside wall.
Boy, straight into that inside wall. The truck may have stalled for just a second up off that corner.
Watch this.
What a hard hit.
Look at how that safer barrier spreads out that impact. It takes time. It takes and stretches out how long it takes for that truck to reach its maximum impact. And that was a great illustration of what a wonderful invention the safer barrier is.
And how about the front end of that truck crushing in, so it absorbs some of the
Watch this now.
We're on board with Colin Brown now.
Watch him here. Clear low, clear, clear, clear.
He just had no idea he's getting ready to get hit
We
from
just got
behind.
wrecked.
Oh, and there goes Theriot hard into the wall.
Lead. Can he get around Matt Crafton?
And which way will Christopher Bell go?
Big crash. Heavy hit for Crafton. Caution is out. Suarez and Crafton both battling for the lead, and they are torn up.
Watch that 4 truck right side of your screen. Is he going to make a little contact? He does with Suarez.
So Bell gets into the back end of his own teammate, Daniel Suarez, and that's what knocks Suarez into the 88 of Matt Crafton.
Between 2 trucks, and he does get sideways and then overcorrects it. And man, did that truck hit the wall hard.
You talked about it. You're going 160, 170 miles an hour when you get into the turn.
Yeah, but you know,
and that's a hard right turn.
You just don't see wrecks that hard very often. I mean, that truck clobbered the outside wall, and he shot up there at just such an extreme angle, Phil.
Almost perpendicular to the outside wall.
Head on.
Here's Todd. He's right behind. You see Ricky get sideways and then overcorrects.
Back some spots.
4 wide.
How about Johnny Sauter making a move for the 4th spot in that 21 truck?
Sideways.
Townley and Nemechek get together, and the caution is out. More contact.
Got him coming out, crashing on the top, crashing on the middle.
Big hit for Parker Kligerman.
Yeah, John West Townley, who was trying to save his truck, made contact with Parker Kligerman, turned him straight into that outside wall. Christopher Bell in the 4 in the 0-5 squeeze, John Hunter.
Johnny Sauter took advantage of it by getting down underneath him, but then John Hunter just couldn't hold on to it.
Yeah, got loose and hit the. Look how close it was to Townley having his straightened out, but there was nowhere for Kligerman to go. What a hard hit that was.